Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Our friend Tom, who's been doing the live readings of my book on his YouTube channel, he called into the Patreon podcast today and he suggested a brilliant idea. And I wanted to share that idea with you in case you missed the podcast. He said what we need to start doing is going to Twitter and in unison and large amounts of people exposing what's really going on in this world. So, for example, today we're looking at CNN's Twitter, and their top story, of course, is the one they're involved in, that they are suing the White House and President Donald Trump for him banning Jim Acosta from the White House, revoking his press pass. And what people need to understand is all of this stuff is a joke. Donald Trump is a TV actor. He's even participated in Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. You know, he's been in reality TV shows, sitcoms, movies. He's the latest actor in the White House. And Jim Acosta, who's supposed to be the newsman, what's he doing right now? He's starring in House of Cards on Netflix, the show about the presidency. House of Cards, Trump card. We're being mocked from every angle, and everything that's presented to us every single day is a numerical ritual. And those of us who are awake know it. And we want to put an end to this show. You know, the whole reason to have these types of stunts and propaganda in the media is to make us believe that there's some sort of division between government and media. There's not. These people are one and the same. They're the ones putting out the information that's meant to control us, to deceive us, to steer us. There is no separation between government and media. They work together to achieve the same means for the same group of tyrants who control this world. Bankers, corporations, military types. Anyway, in case you missed my podcast, before Tom brought up the point about doing this, he'd seen what I'd presented about Trump and Jim Acosta and this entire showdown, which now comes to a lawsuit today, Tuesday, November 13th. Notice, Jim Acosta is 47 years old. He turned 47 April 17th, 2018. From his birthday to this lawsuit today is his 211th day of his age. This is hilarious. 211 is the 47th prime number. And this is the number and set of numbers that rituals are conducted around often in Washington, D.C. In Gematria, the code you need to know to see through the propaganda. News is 47, Trump's 47, White House is 47, President's 47, government's 47, authorities 47, Republican 47, Democrat 47, DC's 47. Donald Trump was the apprentice, which sums to 211, the 47th prime. In Jewish Gematria, outside of our base ciphers, Mason equals 211. Of course, Washington, D.C., the city named after the Mason George Washington, the first recognized president. On the Masonic logo, the compass set at 47 degrees. So how perfect that Mason equals 211, the 47th prime. It's all mathematics. You know, look at this. G, and what's around the G? Instruments of geometry. Mathematical instruments. What's gematria mean? The practice of coding numbers into words. Means geometry in language. Even better, today, November 13th, 2018, date was 62 numerology. In our base ciphers, Mason equals 62 and 28. Jim Acosta equals 62 and 28. Jim Acosta at the center of this story, this giant Masonic ritual by the numbers. Today leaves 48 days left in the year. Donald Trump, 48. Today has 42 numerology as well. Freemason sums to 42 and 48. DC and G, 42. Jim Acosta in the base cipher is also 91, the 13th triangular number, meaning if you had 1 through 13, it sums to 91. What's today? It's the 13th. CNN equals 13. You think this stuff's a coincidence day after day? Well, if you do, you're not going to be the person to help us out here. But for the people who get it, what would be cool is if all of us who are on Twitter went here and left some clever message. You see, to reply, you just come to the story, you click reply. I guess this would reply to the AP story. You could also do it on CNN story. But the point is to just get this out more so that people come across Twitter. Imagine if they come to one of these posts and all of a sudden there's 200 comments in a row of people sharing Gematria. And if we could jump on these stories early and become the main headline, or the main batch of comments that people are reading, that's going to see a lot of people's eyes. It's going to cross a lot of people's eyeballs every single day. And Tom said, look, we all got phones, we all got computers, we're hooked up to the internet. This is a way that a lot of us can contribute to helping spread this research from where we sit, from where we stand. So I really like this idea. I'm not real proficient on Twitter, but I know you can only write so many words. But I might just write something like, look into Gematria. It reveals this scripted theatrical performance. That's spelled right. Hold on. Oh, I'm missing an R. Performance between the White House and CNN. Gematria for truth. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Maybe we need like a hashtag we can all agree to. And then, I'll link my blog post here. I don't think you can write too much more on Twitter. I know it only has so many characters. Maybe I have enough for a few more words. It's a fraud. Wake up. Reply. So anyway, maybe you can do better than me, but if we all left comments drawing attention to the subject, and you can link my blog post, you could link my video on it, you could do your own blog post, you can make your own meme, you can create your own Instagram. It doesn't just have to be my work. Anyone can do what I'm doing. This is just mathematics. It's just using the code that's there. It's using the tool that Derek built for us to help us take this research to the next level. But I think it's a great idea. And I'm going to start implementing it. When I see these top news stories, I'm going to go to the Twitter and just take a few more minutes out of my day to make a post. It only takes moments. That's the beauty of it. And then something else I wanted to do was I wanted to call this woman after CNN yesterday touted her as the new Democratic frontrunner for the Democratic Party, the potential next Democratic president of the United States. Well, Tom, when he called in today, he's like, what might be better than calling these people? He said it might just be better to use social media because more people are on that at this day and age. And I said, yeah, that's a good point. But I still like to make my phone calls. So I think I want to leave a tweet for Kamala Harris, and then I think I want to call her office. And I notice on Twitter she's doing the know their names. It used to be the say their names, but this is supposedly the victims of the November 7th, 2018 Ventura County shooting, which was synced up with the Las Vegas shooting. So hold on, I want to pull up my post. I'm gonna have to, if I'm gonna call her office, I got to make sure I got my facts in front of me. I believe it's Borderline Bar and Grill. Or here, this will be enough if I'm right about this. Borderline Bar and Grill, is this 116? It is. Remember the word country is 116. It was a country bar. It came 1 year, 1 month, and 6 days after the Vegas shooting, where a lot of the people who survived that were supposedly also survivors of this shooting. So anyway, I guess I could link my post there about this shooting. So just doing a live demonstration here. You guys can all do the same thing. All right. So anyway, I just want to call her office and see what she thinks about CNN touting her as the Democratic frontrunner yesterday, and if she can answer any of my other questions. So hold on, let me get her number. I think I can do Twitter and make phone calls. So let's see here. We'll call the Sacramento office. That's the state capital of California.
Senator Harris?
Hi, is Senator Harris available?
No, Senator Harris isn't available, but I can go ahead and take a message for you if you'd like.
Sure, there were a few questions I had for her. Did you see that yesterday CNN had a front page story about how she's the front runner for the Democratic nominee for president in 2020?
But unfortunately, we're not actually allowed to talk about campaigns and elections from this office. It's a federal office, and it's against the law for us to discuss campaigns and elections. If you have any comments in regards to campaigns and elections you'd like to the senator to see, I can go ahead and give you an email.
It's okay. It's too bad you guys can't talk about many things. Is she doing any investigative work on the fires happening up in your state? Is she looking into those?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Our office is closely monitoring the fires and constantly giving reports.
What does she think about the documentation by citizens there of the giant beams of fire coming down out of the sky, and the news media just saying that those are just fire whirls? Has anybody ever heard of a fire whirl before?
I certainly haven't, but I don't believe the senator's made a specific comment on that. I can go ahead and take your questions down and forward them along to the senator in regards to that, if you'd like for me to do that.
Yeah, and I have one more question. I'd like for her to look into these fires because, I mean, we do live in a nation where nearly the majority of our money goes to the military, and we did have a military that tested explosives and all sorts of things in the sky for about 50 years. Something very suspicious about these fires and the dates they happen on. So she should look into it. I've been documenting how these fires are set as rituals by secret societies such as Freemasonry, and they're done in conjunction with the world of sports. In fact, last year, I even had Vice News write an article about my work because I showed why the Houston Astros, where Houston was flooded with the work of weather warfare, would beat the Los Angeles Dodgers in the World Series long before it happened. Water puts out fires. Vice News took the time to write an article making fun of my work, which I did not appreciate. And I'd like for some politicians to start looking into my work and actually stand up for us and put an end to this tyranny, because I have no doubt that what's being done is the work of mad science. These fires are not natural. They are ritual. And that's why we see things like the news media saying, oh, that's just a fire whirl coming out of the sky. Who has ever heard of a fire whirl? That is a beam of fire coming down from the sky. And we need to know what kind of money our tax dollars are getting spent on. The other thing that she needs to do is look more into that shooting that happened there at the Borderline Bar and Grill instead of just tweeting, know their names. That's not what's important, to know their names. What's important is to expose the agenda that our government's participating in with these shootings. That shooting is perfectly synced up with the October 1st, 2017 Las Vegas shooting, which, by the way, I called before it happened. You can go investigate my work. All that year, I told people to circle that weekend on the calendar because we would see the biggest false flag conducted by our government since 9/11. I said it 100 times that year. YouTube and Google censored all my work. They made sure to delete all my content to get rid of the evidence of what I'd exposed for what was coming that weekend. But these things that are being done are not just some random gunman, some just crazy person with mental health issues. That's a bunch of BS. This is all being carried out by our government, which you work for, which she works for. and it's all being done by ritual. And part of that ritual is why her face was on CNN yesterday as the potential frontrunner for the Democratic Party as president next year. And you can take this note right here. If you write out the word Negro, if you write out the word slave, if you write out the word blues, and you take the alphabetic order and you notice what letter that syncs up with in the alphabet, for example, Negro, N's the 14th letter, E's the 5th, G's the 7th, R's the 18th, O's the 15th, you'll notice Negro sums to 59. So does slave, so does blues. It's not an accident that the Civil War ended on May 9th, 5-9. It's also not an accident that that war began on the 102nd day of the year, because if you write out slavery, you'll see it sums to 102. I've been talking about, just watch, the Democratic nominee will be a black person for the next election because it's the 59th U.S. presidential election. And now we got the black woman, Kamala Harris. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name for sure, but it's not an accident. And by the way, her name sums to 49 like Washington, and yesterday was the day leaving 49 days left in the year. Just like Trump, who's in office right now, everything was foreshadowed by the numbers why he would win in the 58th U.S. presidential election. Not an accident that he announced he was running from the 58-story Trump Tower. Not an accident that he appeared on many sitcoms and TV shows over the years where the number 58 was all over it, foreshadowing his presidency. When you get off the phone with me, you can look up the day he was on Suddenly Susan, a TV show. That episode debuted with him on May 8th. And it's about him being the president, 5'8", like how he went on to win the 58th U.S. presidential election. Anyway, it's a big sick show in this nation. The federal government is behind the big sick show. The woman you work for, I don't know how involved she is in it. I don't know if she's just a stooge playing her part or if she knows more than she leads on to know. But, you know, right now, she's a senator in a state where people are being targeted and terrorized with military technology. And I don't see her Twitter talking about that at all. I don't see a single peep about it. But then again, if she was that type of person, she probably wouldn't be the senator. But she better think about what she stands for, because a lot of people are going to wake up in this nation. And when they do wake up, you know, they're going to be looking at the government and the officials and all the people who sold us out all these years. And they're going to be looking for answers and probably more. So if you can get those notes to her, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I've taken notes from your comments, and I'll be sure to forward those ones to the Senator for you today.
Okay. Thank you so much. You have a great day.
All right. Thanks for calling. You have a good day, too.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
You can never talk to a government official. They're never around. Just always got to talk to their secretaries. So anyway, those are the main things I wanted to address. If we can do this Twitter thing, I think it is a good way to spread awareness about this work. And for all of you who want to help my book sell, you know, I wouldn't mind if you went there and also posted the link to my book. Learn more about this reading here. And you could just link this. And by the way, if you're one of the many people who wrote me and said, I can't afford $10 for the book, I priced it back at $5. Today it's sold well at $5. If it continues to sell well at $5, I'll just keep it here. When it sells for $5, I make $4 per copy. That's fine as long as it sells well. But do realize you're getting an 800-page book that took me 5 years to write. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this thing. A lot of sacrifice. Went through hell in the time I've been doing this research. And, you know, the more you bought this, again, it would serve as reasoning for these publishers who are on the fence about printing to put this thing in print. And it really does need to be in print. It's an ebook. You can print it out. What people are doing is they're downloading the file for $5 and then taking the electronic file to Lulu and having it printed there. And then it puts it into an actual hardcover book. So that's an option. If the book slows down again in sales, I am going to bump the price back up. But today we've sold 30-some copies. That's not bad. Again, last week we sold less than 100 copies. That's not going to help us reach the target fast enough. The one publisher said if I could prove that there was a market for 10,000 people who wanted this book, they'd be interested. And I told them, you know, 6 months ago that, oh, this book will sell 10,000 in no time. Well, I was wrong about that. You know, I thought a lot more of you out there were down for the cause. But last night when I was venting about this, I got to read your guys' comments. A lot of you said you don't have any money left over because you spend it all on weed and alcohol, and you don't have a lot of money. And I just thought, okay, so you guys would rather just literally smoke up all your money, drink away all your money, rather than putting $5 down, $10 down for some knowledge, that can help take your understanding to the next level, that can take your family and friends' understanding to the next level. And really, I mean, $10 in weed, a lot of you guys probably smoke that up every single day. And then I was just thinking about it more. I was like, wait a minute, you guys have cell phones, you have cell phone bills, you got internet bills. I think you guys can come up with $5, $10, And again, if and again, this sales number right here, if we could see how many people have actually bought, I really do think the number is probably 2,000 or less people have bought the book. A lot of people have bought multiple copies. Like this morning, one guy bought 10 copies. He went out and bought 10 copies. Thank you very much to that man. I know that he bought 10 copies because I kept getting the thing. Same person kept purchasing. He bought 10 copies, so he spent $50. But again, for the 30-some thousand of you who are here, between the two channels I got, you got to stop making excuses. You got to help this book sell. It's not about me getting money. It's about this work and word getting out there. And again, I'm not going to spend my money on anything for me. I don't have anything left to buy. All of my stuff's paid off in my world. I don't live for riches or material things. Let me put myself back on the camera so I can show you what I'm sporting again. I'm wearing my $5 grocery outlet sweatshirt, Got my one beanie that I have. This money is going to the cause. I'm just saving up everything that's coming in. The plan is to hire some people and help take this research to the next level. And to the next level means being able to travel to places when this stuff goes down, make documentaries there, show up in these police offices, talk to these people in person who don't answer the phone. I want to see Sheriff Jeff Dean, who's retiring the day after presenting this mass shooting. What a convenient time to escape. Probably gets a nice big payola for selling out the masses with the latest shooting hoax. I want to show up at these Congress people's office, these frauds, If you guys missed the podcast I did earlier today, check it out. I shared some video footage from the channel Logic Before Authority. He got his hands on some footage of some really suspicious stuff that happened on the beach of California during these fires. So I'd like to be there in person. If all of you went out and bought the book, we'd have a bunch of resources at once, hire people, travel, make some documentaries, do stuff to get the word out. The time is now to act, you guys. I mean, you can keep smoking weed on your couch. You can keep getting drunk and pacifying yourself. You can do that until the day it's too late. Until the day the fire weapon rains down in your neighborhood. Or they turn out the power on all of us. Or whatever they're going to do next. Until the day comes that we can't speak out anymore. So anyway, we'll leave it there. The other thing, before I go, the other thing, tomorrow, I'm on the West Coast. Tomorrow around 3 p.m. Pacific, that's 6 Eastern, I'm going to start a live stream. And it's going to be called the Gematria Debate. Because, see, I always get all these trolls in my comments saying how dumb this research is. Every day, how dumb the research is, how idiotic I am, blah, blah, blah. All these YouTube channels out there that pay for their subs, channels that went from 10,000 to 200-some thousand subs overnight. All these people, that talk all this trash about this work, but won't have a debate. I'm going to start this live stream, the Gematria Debate. We'll see. Thanks for that book sale. We'll see who calls in and actually wants to debate. To me, it seems like the only people who dismiss Gematria are trolls. People who don't really have an argument, people who can just cast stones in the comment. But tomorrow I'm going to put out a phone number, and you're going to be able to call in. And the phone number is just going to be for people who, really think that this research is a bunch of bunk. I want to see if anybody can make a logical argument verbally explaining why this research is nonsense and all coincidence and meaningless. So tomorrow, the Gematria debate. And people who have questions and who don't get it, they can also call in. I mean, you should get it. This is second grade. I really think people who don't get this research probably should have never been able to graduate from second grade, which is true for most Americans. But that's tomorrow, 3 p.m. Wednesday, 3 p.m. on the West Coast, 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have the Gematria debate. I'm going to invite people like Adam Green. If you guys want to go to Adam Green, No More News, because he said he deleted my interview. And again, a lot of you guys are coming here and you're saying, Zach, you shouldn't have gone after Adam Green. He's cool. And I'm like, what don't you guys get? I didn't go after him until he did what he did. He had me on for an interview, you know. He acted real apathetic about the information. And then when it was done, he started favoriting, you know, putting that heart by all the comments that attacked me and made fun of the work. He favorited all those comments. You know, why would he do that? Why would he favorite all the comments attacking the work? And then he deleted the video. And then he said he deleted the video because my research made him look crazy. And keep in mind, he's keeping up videos of people who are saying the United States of America should be all white people. You know, we should get rid of all the brown people. He's got those videos up on his channel. I guess that doesn't make him look crazy. Or maybe he supports that. Maybe he believes that. Actually, if you watch that debate, it kind of seems throughout that he's on board with that. And he does seem kind of like a racist guy. I mean, again, watch his basketball highlight video. He's like, look what I did to this black guy. Look what I did to this black guy. It's like, is that why you play basketball? Try to get one up on black dudes sometimes. So anyway, Adam Green can call in because he said that my research makes him look crazy. Same guy who voted for Donald Trump and thought Alex Jones was the truth until just last week. You know, retard from Boston. He's made a few videos now trying to take shots at me and dismiss Gematria. Same guy that thinks it's more important to look for Bigfoot. See if retard from Boston can call in. How about Dabu7, guy that makes 2-minute videos exposing nothing, you know, sells his T-shirts with every 2-minute ad pack video. Dabu7 tried to get my channel deleted in 2014. Dabu the retard, he doesn't cover Gematria. Why not? Another shill. You guys notice, it's all the shills who don't cover Gematria. It's all the shills who dismiss Gematria. And I'm guessing that tomorrow when I have this debate, there's not going to be many people to call in, you know. So for those of you who do get it, what you can do, again, is help spread the work. And perhaps social media is the way to do it. We all got the phones. Everyone's plugged into their phones, Twitter, all this stuff. When these news stories break, if we go there and share the work and what we know, and there's hundreds of comments, bring it up. It's going to be hard for people to ignore. They're going to be like, wait a minute, what's going on? How come all these people are talking about this? So, got to figure out things we can do in the meantime to further the message. It hasn't gotten out nearly far enough in 5 years. Should have been a lot further by now. But that doesn't mean it can't be done yet. I was going to sign off, but I guess I should go to the chat real quick just in case somebody's got something important to say before I sign off here. I do need to get off in about 5 minutes, though. Let me see. How do I get here? Let me see. Hold on. Okay, I got it. I doubt Hillary Clinton's running again. What do I have to say about Polarization Nation? Well, I mean, that guy's made so many videos now saying that I'm this person or I'm this person. I mean, he said that I'm like a million different people. And I'll tell you what, his latest video about me not really being a real person, it's actually funny if you're high. It's actually a real comedic piece. Maybe I'll do a Token with Tim episode on that video. Him and I laughed our asses off when we watched that. But yeah, if you guys, for all of you smokers out there who don't have $5 for the book, if you want to laugh this evening, look up the channel Polarization Nation, and then Here, I'll link his video, and I can't believe I'm promoting this guy. I don't know what this guy's deal is. A long time ago, one of my followers said, "Hey Zach, you should check out this channel, Polarization Nation. I think he's doing good work." So I checked out his video, and I saw that he had awesome video editing skills. This guy's a pro at making videos. Oh my God, he has a new video about me now. I didn't even know he had this new video about me. Okay, so this guy's made so many videos about me. So just case in point, his newest video from yesterday is about me too, which I didn't even know about. So, okay, I'll have to check out this video as well. But this video right here that I'm about to link, he made a week ago. And man, this video will probably seem really dumb unless you're high. If you're high, this video is hilarious. And, some of you don't smoke weed, but for people who smoke weed, they're like, oh, no wonder. I never appreciated this until I was high. That's like how this guy's video is right here, which I just linked. So his video is now in the chat comment description. I don't know. Okay, look, I just want to tell you what my history is with this guy. Again, somebody a long time ago, they said, Zach, you got to check out his work. He's making really cool videos. So I went to his video and I gave him a compliment. I said, hey, man, great video editing skills. I said, have you heard about Gematria? That was the comment I left. And he just wrote back this like dickhead comment. And I was like, what? I mean, like, dude, I complimented you and just asked if you heard about this. And so anyway, I think I waited like a week and I watched another one of his videos. I want to give him another chance. Sometimes I'm an asshole too, and sometimes I respond to people the wrong way. So I checked out his next video and like I gave him a compliment again and just like added some gematria analysis to what he was doing. I was like, it'd be cool if you could put this in there. People need to know more. And then he gave some another big asshole comment. I was like, okay, well, whatever. So next thing I knew, this guy started making videos about me and like saying I'm this person. And the first time I really knew something was up with this guy and he wasn't just any video maker, it was around the time of Super Bowl 50, where all year I'd been saying that the Broncos would beat the Carolina Panthers and what the whole ritual was with the race war and the Black Panther Party and Huey P. Newton and Cam Newton. So anyway, I put up a video like days before the Super Bowl, just some final analysis. And then as soon as I posted that video, there were like 20 comments before there were like even 20 views. And they were all, you stole Polarization Nation's prediction. I was like, oh God, really? The guy who's accusing me of being this and that. And now I stole his prediction. Now, the same thing I've been talking about since October. And I didn't even know that this guy covered the Super Bowl and the Broncos and the Panthers and all this. So anyway, I just thought it was so weird how fast I posted the video and how fast there were like 20 some comments from 20 different accounts saying that I stole his work. And then he made a video like the next day saying I stole his Super Bowl prediction. And then I wasn't covering it correctly because Super Bowl 50 was going to be wiped out by a tsunami and everybody at the game was going to die. And I was like, okay, not only is he saying I copied him, but now he's turned into the prediction into this crazy ass thing, that a tsunami is going to kill everybody at the game. And I haven't really had any interaction with him since. But I got to tell you, every time somebody passes on one of his videos to me, I usually watch it, usually because I find them humorous. So I do think that this guy, to give him compliments, I think he's a funny guy and he's really good at making videos. And I wish he was legitimate, because if he was helping make videos, this work would go a lot further. I mean, if you watch this guy's video, he knows how to make a video. It's like he's a professional video maker. So I'm going to sign off now. I got to be somewhere. I got to take off. I appreciate all of you guys. I hope you take me up on the Twitter idea, the social media idea, to help spread the word. And don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't got the book yet, smoke a little less weed, drink 2 less beers a week. You'll have all the money you need to buy the book. So it's like one less nug. It's like one less baby nug. You can have a book that took me 5 years to write that'll advance your understanding of the study so far, or you can have like one more bowl of weed. I mean, seriously, you guys got to make better choices. These comments last night. I can't afford your book. All my money that I hardly have is for dope. Come on, you guys. Can't drink and smoke your life away. But you can do a little bit in moderation to dull the pain. I'm not against it. You know, I get it. All right, Truth Seeker. Until next time.